Oh, I've been writing the date all day and now I can't remember. No, I've not been writing the date all day. Oh, jeez, what day is it? It's the 12th. Welcome to Yulemas Day 12, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this. You have just witnessed my brain completely shut down. I know I've complained about the cold, but it is real cold. I have 2 heaters on in this room. I am that cold, and I don't care about the cost of energy. I think it's like -5 outside, which is nothing. I hear that Aberdeen is like -15, so I'm going to send a message to my friend Ellen and just check in, make sure her and her family are doing okay. I've made a cup of tea. I'm just waiting on Scott coming home. He drove to Glasgow for the first time since the car crash, albeit it wasn't during rush hour. He had the first couple of hours off this morning. So tomorrow's really going to be the test to see how he's doing. But my day in work today has been interesting. Our IT department updated one of our main, like literally one of our main applications. And we were told that this would update the minute we logged off on Friday and it would be ready for Monday. We should have put a bet on with IT to see if it was actually going to work or not, because we would all be like, we'd be owed money right now. So we've not done any proper work today. Not to say I didn't do anything, like I certainly wasn't one of the people that was just sitting around twiddling their thumbs dead happy and chuffed. Like I found other things to do. Because at the end of the day, by not doing anything today and not being proactive, like I'm just going to be playing catch up all week. So I found some stuff to do that I've maybe kind of put to the wayside, or like, well, yeah, I've just put to the wayside. I've been like, oh, there's other more important stuff to do. So I got a bunch of stuff done today, and we managed to pull down some of our numbers. Our numbers have been sitting quite high for a while, and I know I'm being deliberately vague. I don't disclose what I do, like what my job is. So yeah, it's been an interesting day trying to work without actually having the main application you need to do your job. So it's now not long past 6. It might actually be closer to like maybe 20 past 6. So I'm literally just waiting on Scott getting home, and then we're probably going to decide what we're going to do tonight. I might edit videos so that I can join the VKN tomorrow, depending on how I get on with the dentist. I am very prone to thinking the worst, because I like to prepare for the worst so that anything else that happens is like good. Because I feel like if you, and you don't need to agree with my thought process, but don't try and get me to think otherwise. I've been thinking this way for like 33 years. I don't need you to come at me being like, oh, that's a negative way to think about it. Actually, I think it's quite a positive way to think about it. I prepare for the worst, like the worst case scenario, because then if the worst case scenario happens, you're mentally prepared. You're good. You're golden. If, on the other hand, it's not as bad, that's the silver lining. In my eyes, that's a good thing. So I am by no means trained in the dental world, but from what I've read online, there is a very high chance that I have receding gums. And I have decent dental care. I have not got the best dental care in the world. I hate flossing. I don't floss very often. I'm going to say that right now. But because dental issues and Crohn's disease go hand in hand, I really try hard to have good dental. Sorry, Scott's messaging me and he's in the shop, so I have to just check this text. Right, gonna stay. And please don't fall. Oh my goodness, only one till on it has that. That's a joke. So yeah, like I am not trained in any dental stuff, but from what I've read online, I might have receding gums, and bad, well, it's not really bad dental, it's just dental issues and Crohn's disease seem to go hand in hand. And I learned that very early on in my Crohn's diagnosis, and I've had Crohn's now for 10 years. And because of that, I try really hard to keep on top of like having good teeth as well as I can. I went through a period when I was like 16 where I just didn't care about my teeth, and boy did that come back and bite me on the arse. Excuse me. So I'm particularly worried that this is receding gums, because there's really not much you can do. Like, they need to technically perform surgery on your gums. So I'm just going to try and keep myself busy tonight. I've got the dentist at 3:10 tomorrow. I'm not going to lie, if they do confirm it's receding gums, even though I'm mentally preparing myself for it, I'm probably going to cry. I remember asking my dentist when I was like 18, like I literally paid the price for bad dental care as a teenager. And between like 16 and 18, I was constantly at my dentist because I had so many cavities. So many. I actually asked my dentist if they could just pull all my teeth out and give me dentures. I genuinely remember that conversation. And he just looked at me. He's like, "You're so young." And I was like, "Yes, but how many of my actual teeth have proper full teeth in them and not an ounce of filling?" And he just looked at me. He's like, "Point made." Getting very personal right now. You're all probably judging me to the high heavens. I was a very stupid teenager. If I could turn back the time and change how I cared for my teeth, I would do it in a heartbeat. But yeah, so that's tomorrow. I've gone through literally every plan in my head as to how I'm going to handle tomorrow, because at first I was just like, right, I'll do a shift slide, then I'll drive down on my lunch break and go into the office for the last couple of hours, and then I will go to the dentist. And then I was just like, oh, I could just do a 6-2. And I was like, who wants to get up at 5:30 in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, because I would need to shower, and to start work at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I scrapped that idea very quickly. And I've decided that I worked an extra hour today, so I worked 9 until 6. So I would do an 8-4, but working that extra hour would take me to an 8-3. And then if I work through my lunch, I can leave at 2. So I'm doing an 8-2 tomorrow. I will literally leave the house at 2 o'clock, so I will need to de-ice my car and then hit the road. I might actually not take my break and finish up at 1:45, so that I can definitely de-ice my car. I would much rather sit in my car with a blanket than even be like a second late to my appointment. I'm going to pause, turn one heater off because it's very expensive to run, and then I'll be back. So it's fair to say I have spent a lot of time thinking about tomorrow, and it's not even going to be that much of an exciting day for you guys, the viewers, because I think I'm just going to be so anxious to get down, like get through traffic with all the weather stuff that's going on just now, and then the actual appointment. But then I'll be coming straight home. So that was just like my brain's way of overthinking everything and just being like, you have this appointment that you're really anxious about, so let's try and figure out the best way to go about your day. Because it was going to be a case of, do I go down to my parents tonight and have a whole day in the office, which, no thank you, or do I do part day working from home and then travel to the office, or do I just do a full shift slide? That's Scott messaging again. I gotta put my tea down. Right, what's he saying now? When do you God of War movies, or you can, or something on your own? No idea. We like to check in with each other to see what we're doing for tonight, like what our nightly plans are. So yeah, that was a whole kind of rant and ramble from me. Maybe not a rant. Rant's the wrong word. A ramble. A definite ramble. Yeah, tonight is a freezer diving night. We've got no dinner plans. And Scott was literally just asking like what we're doing. Is he gaming? Are we playing God of War? Or are we watching a movie? Or are we doing our own separate thing? So I do have Vlogmas episodes to edit. I haven't had any go live since Friday. I've just been too tired to edit, too tired and a bit lazy. Like, there's definite laziness involved in that equation. So I think I'm gonna edit videos tonight, but I can do that whilst he's gaming, but I just feel like I can't pay as close attention. So I might see if he's got some wrestling that he can watch. But just whilst we're on the same video clip and save me having to restart, let's do our admins. So 12. Oh, this is the other side. Caramel, dairy milk caramel, and then where is it? There it is. Couldn't see it for looking at it. So yesterday's colour was this really gorgeous purple, but it's got quite a bit of tonality to it, so there's a little bit of lilac and purple. So I think today's colour might be like a much more saturated and vibrant purple, but I'm guessing, obviously. Oh, come on, open up. Ooh, slightly wrong. It's a more pinky purple. So if I put the two side by side, this one's definitely a lot more blue. So that was yesterday's, and then that was today. Come on, camera, focus. So this one's a lot more blue, and this one's a lot more pinky red. That's really nice. So I was definitely wrong. Oh, I'm so curious to see what tomorrow's colour is. If we're going pinky, then maybe it's a redder purple bordering on pale pink. I'm very curious to see how this all lays out afterwards. So these are my advents. Right, I'm gonna disappear for a wee bit. I might check in later, but I certainly don't think you need to hear me anxiety blather about my appointment tomorrow. I'll let you know the outcome depending on what the outcome is. I could be really wrong. Like, I could be seriously wrong. Like, I'm phoning about a tooth on this side, but looking at my front teeth, like, I don't know if anyone else does this, but see when you check your teeth, you tend to just go like just that. I've never really pulled my lip down to look at the gums, and that's what's really got me worried, because we've known that the crown or the cap that I've got, which is what I phoned about, will need replaced. We've known that for a while. So I could just be getting sensitivity because it's come to the time where it really needs to get replaced. But looking at my gums, and because I've not kind of pulled my lip down to really look at them, it scares me. So I definitely need to see my dentist. And I love my dentist. Chris is amazing. He's so patient with me. God bless his soul. But yeah, you're sick of hearing about the dentist. Hopefully the last time you have to hear about it is tomorrow. So keep your fingers crossed for me, and I'll let you know how I get on. But I'm going to enjoy the heat in this room. I hope Scott can feel it by the time he gets home. I haven't heard anything from the Glazers to say it's happening, but the weather has dropped real bad. So we might have to wait until this Arctic blast, I think they're calling it, passes. And I don't know when that's going to be. I think this week's to be like our worst week. But we'll see. But yeah, we might have to wait until the new year for the window. Not ideal, but if it keeps the Glazers safe, then I'm all for it. Don't really want anyone to be at risk of injury or anything like that because of the weather. I'm going to go and enjoy my cup of tea. Think about what I'm going to have for dinner. I may have to pull a couple of things out of our chest freezer to have a wee look to see what I've got. But yeah, I will talk to you either later on today or tonight, or it'll be tomorrow. So, bye bye.